Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us today. My name is Hannah, and I'm with an organization called Hearts Need Art. And today I'm going to give you a little arts tutorial, if you can't tell right here. This is going to be our butterflies. So thank you again for joining us. This is going to be really fun because one of my favorite things to do is layer colors together and using any medium, any medium. You can have crayons for this one, which is exactly what I use. I have my whole little crayon spread over here. You can use colored pencils if that's what you have, and a paper. Optional pencils if you want to draw it all out, but I highly recommend you just jump into it, and I'll show you exactly how to do these lovely little butterflies right from your home. So a little bit about Hearts Need Art, and I'm going to grab my little script right here. We are an organization that works with the arts. We're a nonprofit based in San Antonio, Texas. We create moments of joy, of self expression, connection for those facing life altering health challenges through the arts engagement, advocacy, and innovation, hence Facebook Lives. Our vision is the universal accessibility of arts engagement to help everyone feel seen, heard, and loved while facing life altering health challenges. So, in particular, we do work with cancer patients right now. And it's one of my favorite things to do is just to teach art to people who want to learn. So, if you would like to support me personally and give a monthly donation, to support me once a month, you'll get an artist report from me where I actually go and I type out all of my experiences to you guys, and you get to read some of that every single month. So I hope you guys enjoy this lesson. And again, just to repeat our materials for the day, we're going to need crayons, which is what I used here, or colored pencils if you have them, paper, and an optional pencil. So I think we can jump into our lovely little thing here. Now this here, we have butterflies and more butterflies. I would say what, how many? 7? Looks like 7 butterflies to me. Whenever I teach you guys how to do these butterflies and I go about layering them, I'm actually not going to count my butterflies. I'm just going to go for it. So I have over here a bigger paper because I want to be able to show you guys what we're doing. So bigger paper, and I'm going to fix this just a little bit so you guys can see a little better. Okay, that's a little bit better. Yay, I'm excited. It's not every day that I get to show you guys my process with crayons. Believe it or not, crayons are some of my favorite things to use. They just, I don't know, they just open up a lot. They're just fun to use. They're simple to use. You can layer colors together. You can cross hatch. And I am actually going to show you a little bit about what I mean today. So, first things first, I'm going to show you the picture again. Ta-da! We have all sorts of colors. We have green, we have orange, we have teal, blue, red, pink. I'm going to let you guys use whatever color you want. So, I mean, always, you use any color you want. I just sort of put my hand in my little crayon color bag over here, and I just picked out some colors, and it worked out pretty nicely. So, let me show you my little bag of colors. I love it. This is full of colors. So now I'm going to set this aside, and I'm actually going to show you guys how to draw one of these butterflies. So we'll start with this one. This is an orange color. It's pretty bright. You'll be able to see it. And we want to start with some of our smaller butterflies, and then later on we'll add, probably down here, some of our larger butterflies. So smaller butterflies are going to be up here at the top of your paper, larger ones down here. And we are going to be crossing lines. We're going to be crisscrossing, and we don't really have the ability to erase. So I feel like that's the fun part. So first butterfly, it's going to be small-ish. We want plenty of space to be able to color in the middle of the butterflies. And each butterfly, I'm going to start out with one different color. Different color for every butterfly. We'll add in more colors later. I like to draw like a semi upside down triangle. Triangle-ish kind of shape. And then the head, like that. The rest of the body, that's the middle of our butterfly. Same color. I'm gonna stretch up and curve for the wings. And the bottom of the top wing usually is gonna start on the bottom of the torso. I have a line going out, line going out. See where it starts out? Top part starts out at the top part of the torso. Bottom part starts at the bottom of the torso. Let me stretch that out a little more. Down like that. Down like that. And that's the top wing. Now down here is my favorite part because I love overlapping my wings like that. There. Notice how this wing is a lot larger than this wing. I do that all the time, especially when I'm sitting on one side of the paper and you guys get a completely different view from here. It happens all the time, even off of live streaming. So here is my little fix. I'm gonna extend it like that, much bigger, right? And then match that line to the other side. That way later we can fill this in with another color. So that's just a little workaround whenever you find yourself in little tight situations like that. So I think we can move to a different color. Now, whenever you're doing these butterflies, keep track of the colors that you use. Maybe set them aside on a different part of your table. So this little guy, I'm going to set that right over there. And it's rolling away. Okay, so it's going to be there. I'm going to jump to, let's do magenta. Magenta. And I'll show you guys how to draw another butterfly. I am going to angle this butterfly. I want it to angle that way because when butterflies fly, of course they're going to fly all sorts of different directions, right? So here, torso, it's sort of that upside down-ish triangle. Head, and the rest of the body, like that. Wings, they're going to start from the top of the torso, and mine actually ran off the page. That's okay, that we want some of that. Makes it look really nice. And then bottom of the wing stretches out from bottom of the torso. It's going to be a shorter line, that. And then we connect the two. Now that one runs off the page. So if that happens to you, I always just kind of imagine where it would end somewhere out here. Just imagine it. And then here's where I get to do the little loop, that second portion. And this time I'm gonna try to get them to match a little bit better. Stepping back. Always step back if you need to. Close enough, I think. Not too bad. Now let's go ahead and, what color should I add next? Maybe you guys can decide the rest of the colors for these butterflies. Next, I'm actually going to make the call and I will do teal, but you guys let me know what the next few butterflies should be. I'm thinking maybe I'll aim for 6 or 7 on here. We'll see how that actually goes. but that means I need 4 more colors from you guys. That would be amazing if you could give me 4 more colors. For now, I'm going to make this call and add that teal. And I think this butterfly, we can angle it maybe about here. And then you'll be able to see it overlapping these two. We want that overlap. That's what is going to give us our lovely transparent wings. We want that overlap. Without further ado, just pick a spot for that torso. Triangle-ish shape. And then the head. And then it's going to stretch down. Start with the wing. Now, for a lot of people, it can be hard. When there's a line there, it can be hard to like take the plunge and actually go for it and cross that line. But at least we have very different colors and we can actually see our wings. Now these lines, again, coming out from the bottom of the torso. Stretch it up, like that. I barely crisscrossed that. Going down here. Does that look even? Or getting there. I'm like partially looking at the camera so I can make sure it's even. There. Did you guys hear that crack? I cracked my crayon. It happens all the time. I'm a little heavy-handed. Let's see. Do we have any color suggestions yet? Blue! Awesome. Let me get my blue. I think this is the one I want. Yes, this is the one I want. Thank you. Oh, cool. So we have another Richard orange. I have this orange. I'm going to set this aside. Blue and orange coming up next. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do one more. Oh, yay, purple. Cool, got it. This one. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do a light purple. Hope this one's okay. I added this light purple in another one of my butterflies over here, and I love this one. Yay! So that was 6 colors total. We just need one more. I'll wait for it, no worries. So I think I'll add this blue one down here. And this guy, I'm thinking will point that way maybe. Maybe it'll point out there. Now for this guy, I'm going to have to move behind. Thank you, Stanzi. Yay. Going to have to move here. Hooray. This was honestly one of my... I had a lot of fun doing this project for you. Probably one of my favorites to do. And up. And up. Like that. Goes out and out. Not quite so even, but that's all right. And out. And out. And out. All right. Let's see if we can get this. Yay, I got it! I'm so proud of myself. So, that concludes the small butterflies. I'm now going to do some larger butterflies. So now we're going to go, let's go for orange. Let's go for this one. I'm thinking I'll do a really big one here. I feel like orange and red and blue would look really nice right here. Oh, wait, no, it would look really nice here. How about, I'm going to start by making the torso much bigger. A lot bigger than it was before. Like that. Maybe it'll stretch up. Can make it stretch up pretty far. I'm gonna stand back and see what I'm doing. There. Now I think I want to curve this one a little bit more. You guys, this is reminding me of that time when I went out of town to Santa Fe and I went to a bug museum there and I had so much fun at the bug museum. They had a little section where they pinned up a bunch of butterflies for educational purposes, and it was just super cool to see everything there. I think that looks all right. Yeah, not too shabby. Next color is purple. Now this one's really gonna overlap. I'm gonna make this one really big. I'm thinking maybe it'll point, no, maybe it'll point that way. That way the wings will overlap here. I always like to think ahead, maybe a step or two. Not too far ahead. But I want to at least plan a little bit further. So that one's pointing that way. Going down. And again, I hit those lines, but don't be afraid to crisscross those lines. It can be a little intimidating sometimes, but totally worth it. I'm going to step back and see how it is. Stretching it down from point to point. There we go. So I think it needs one more butterfly. Maybe somewhere down here. Can I get one more color? I was thinking green. I was thinking lime green. So if that sounds like a good idea, let me know. So while I'm waiting for your responses, I will tell you a little bit more about some of our musicians here. We had Cassie playing this morning on piano. I didn't get a chance to tune in, felt really bad, but she's amazing on piano, and I love just like putting all of our artist musicians up on just leaving it open on my phone and on my iPad. I'm just listening to it and interacting if I want to, but I don't always interact. I just listen to it. So Cassie's amazing. We have her Tuesdays at 10. Wednesdays, we also have those 9 a.m. music writing lessons. Judy is amazing for that, by the way. She will help you to break down certain subjects within this area of writing. She's awesome with that. Music also on Wednesdays. Thursdays, we have music and art as well from me. And then Fridays, music and art as well. So we have a ton of activities. So do we have any color suggestions? Because if not, I'm just going to go straight into lime green. Okay, lime green it is. Okay. This one is another crayon that I accidentally broke. So I'm just heavy-handed. It just happens. So this one's also going to be a large one. I'm thinking it'll point up. I think it'll point towards there. So let's do torso right here. Body stretching down there. I like this lime green. Can't really see it too much here, but I think once I color it in, you'll be able to see it. Don't forget also, we do have some studio sessions with Jaime for music and with Judy for writing and with myself for art. So if you would like to, you can actually schedule a session with any one of us. Like we can help you do an art project, one-on-one session. can help you do a writing prompt, anything you'd like regarding music and writing. We can help you out with it. And it's free for you guys, okay? Free for you guys. So if you want, you can schedule an appointment. When I did it yesterday, what did I do? I did a feather. I did 2 sessions with a feather, and one of them doing like a rainbow feather, and one of them was done using color pencil, and another one was done using some markers, Crayola markers. Both very different, and very different effects, but so much fun to do. Let's see. Yeah, so I have 7 butterflies here. Yay! So I'm going to go through what it takes to fill these in. You can pick really any colors you want. Let me go back to here. On some of these butterflies, let's take this one for example. I only have 2 colors that I started with. So I drew it all out in teal, and then I colored it in using orange. I personally love that combination. I might actually repeat that again. So 2 colors for this one. You'll see some red right here. I had a little moment where I thought I was using the orange, but it was actually red. But it works out really pretty well, so it's all good. Let me show you how to do that one first. I started out by, where's my teal? There's my teal. So you can go inside the middle of a wing and you can thicken your lines. I'm showing you guys some options here. You can thicken your lines if you want to, like that. And then after you thicken your lines, I'm going to press down lightly and fill in this entire area. And also, if you wanted to, you can fill in this middle section here. You can either press down lightly or press down harder, depending on how you're feeling about that spot, whether or not you are able to control it at all, because you may not be able to. So I've filled this in with hard brush strokes, thickened this up also with hard brush strokes, and now I'm going to go in with light brush strokes. I keep saying brush strokes. It's a habit of mine. And light crayon strokes. Trying to catch myself. Fill it in like that. Very lightly. If you're able to. I hope you're able to. Very lightly. Like that. And then for the bottom, I'm going to go for orange because I love that combination. And if I want to, I can press down lightly and color in this entire section, pressing down lightly. And I'm even coloring in that part where I overlapped it. See that? I love that overlap. Here it is up close. So just to recap what I just did and the kinds of things that you can keep in mind as you're doing this entire project here, you can thicken up some spots, thicken up some lines that are already there, and make them wider. That's all. And then you can also press down hard with any of your colors, or you can press down lightly with any of your colors. And pressing down lightly will help you to layer those colors and make it look transparent. So I'm sure you'll be able to tell now which parts that I press down lightly. See that? We're going to start with just going one by one and doing our small butterflies first, and then we'll do our big butterflies first. Hope that makes any sense. If there are any questions at all, please put them in the comments. I would love to answer them. So I can go over here and I can thicken up or press down hard on this outline here. Have fun with it. Play around with it. If you want to press down hard in certain spots, it's totally fine. This is your creation. So if there are any other suggestions, color suggestions, let me know. I'm thinking this one, I'll go back to that red that I was using. If I can find it. It'd be great if I could find it. There you go. It's more like an orangey red. And I am just gonna press down hard. I want to make it big and bright and bold. And I'm honestly just making this stuff up as I go too. And that's kind of the fun part about this project, is that you can just make it up as you go and use any colors that you feel like using on the spot. And I'm thinking maybe here I'll just press down lightly. That way it looks more transparent. Because remember, we are layering, right? We're layering things, so I'm going to press down lightly. And what other color do I have? I have this one. It's like a tan-ish color. I don't actually know. What does it say? Oh, it's called Marvelous. I love it. It's a very marvelous color. And I'm thinking I'll color in this whole section, including that overlap. It's a light enough color that I'm actually pressing down kind of hard with it. There. And then maybe I can put this purpley color. I'm actually just kind of talking out loud. Remember, let me know what kind of colors you guys want to see. And again, overlapping. Now with crayons, you can always go back over your lines. If you feel like you want to smooth it out a little bit, you can go back over it. Like that. Doing a little bit of cross hatching, kind of. There. I think maybe I will even thicken up this line, the top there. I guess you could say this entire project is a combination of thin lines or thick lines and pressing down hard or pressing down lightly. So keep that in mind. Next color. What should I do next? Any suggestions? Nothing? Nothing? That's okay. I have this lovely little magenta. And let's do this one down here. I want to do a magenta down here. I feel like this would add a nice pop to this area. Don't forget also that you can donate at any time to us. So we do rely on you guys for your donations and then to keep doing what we are doing with the hospital. And through times like this, especially, where a lot of us have to stay home and we can't really work with the patients that we really miss them. I really miss them. We still get to do these things, these live streams at home, and I'm super grateful for that. But your donations will definitely help with all of that. I do think about the patients that we interact with on a regular basis. So hope they're doing all right. I hope they are coping well enough. It's crazy out there. So I think I will, what should I do? Maybe I'll thicken up the outside here. Make this part a little bit bigger. I don't know, I was thinking about it. Just going for it. And then maybe I will press down lightly for that layering effect here. But I think I also want to add some more of that magenta in here too. I'm going over this area where it overlaps, and it kind of makes a purple. Kind of cool. There. Ooh, something else I was thinking about too. I don't know how many of you guys are on our mailing list, but we actually have some coloring pages. So if you subscribe to our mailing list, you will definitely be able to get a little coloring page. I've contributed to this little coloring page project that we have. All you have to do is go to our website and subscribe. You'll be able to get access to that. Now I think I'm gonna go back to my magenta. Where did it go? Here it is. And maybe this time I can outline here, outline the outside. Not too shabby. And I can actually even overlap my blue line, my pre-existing blue line, and that makes a really pretty purple. Not too bad. Make this one bigger. I hope y'all's day is going pretty well. It's so funny because I woke up this morning thinking that my live stream session was at 10 o'clock this morning. Got dressed, did all the things that I needed to do, got everything ready, and it turns out it was Cassie. It was not me this morning. I'm normally on at 10 on Thursdays and Fridays, so I was kind of getting it mixed up. Just something funny. It was nice though, because I got to work on some other things. Let's see, maybe I'll jump back here. Maybe I'll add some green to this butterfly, like this one. This one's a pretty nice one. Excuse me. I like this combination. Perhaps I will color in the entire thing like that. Maybe I'll go for a darker green. Now you don't have to limit yourself like I am. I'm limiting myself to just a small handful of colors per butterfly. But you don't have to. If you want to add an entire rainbow to your wings, then you go for it. I want you to do that. What else? Maybe I'll do... nope. Darker green. We'll do a slightly darker green. Pressing down lightly for this one too. For the middle, I'm just going to go ahead and press down much harder. I want that part to stand out. And this part's really cool because you'll be able to see the overlap really well here. Press down lightly. There. I like that. One of my favorite things to do when I'm painting is to overlap colors and put glazes and just watch the colors interact with each other when they're layered on top of each other. I don't know. It's really pretty to me. What else? Now, notice how I've not done the middles of the butterfly yet. I'd say we can do that later. It's not really a huge deal. I mean, you can technically like color in these parts anytime you want, and I'll just kind of show you how I fill it in. Pick a color, any color, and just scribble. Personally, I love to see that little bit of white peeking through. It's just a personal preference though. So it doesn't even have to stay the same color as the rest of the butterfly. Like I could literally take the same color and I could fill in all the butterflies like that if I want to. Don't mind if I do. I think I will. I don't know. I love that scribbled look. So you could actually do that part at any time. You don't have to do it now. Now, while I'm scribbling, what color should I do next? I'm finished with all of my little butterflies. So I'm probably going to move on to this guy right here, this orange one. So let me know in the comments what color I should start with here. And I'll just, depending on the color, I'll put it wherever I feel like it should go. Any color at all would be amazing. Teal maybe? Teal might be kind of cool. You guys tell me. I'll stop talking. You guys tell me. There. Okay, done filling those guys in. Done filling in the bodies. I'll probably just go with teal. And I actually have a light teal here, so let's see how that one works. I'm choosing to go down here and do the bottom portion because I like that it's overlapped with this really light green one. I just kind of like that part. Same thing here. It looks like I even overlapped there. There. Not too bad. Excuse me. There. Maybe for the rest of it, I'm going to do orange. And then maybe I'll add a different color on top. Actually, maybe before I do the orange, I'm going to go in the middle of these wings and I'll add a thicker line. And then I'll do orange. Sort of, kind of mimicking what we already have here. Kind of. I'm just kind of bringing in a little bit of color down here, not overlapping. That can be a choice too. You can choose to not overlap some spots if you want to. That's also a choice. There we go. Now I can go in with that orange. Now this is a much larger area. So my crayon strokes, I'm just going to say brush strokes, you guys. I'm just going to go for it. My brush strokes are not entirely the same, like it's darker up here and lighter up here. So I could always go back and go the opposite direction with my lighter brush strokes, crayon strokes. Go lighter. I can shorten them up this time, make them shorter, like that. Oh yes, and I need to overlap. That's my favorite part. Like that. Pressing down lightly for that spot. There. There we go. And go over some more of those brush strokes. Color it in a little more. What else should I do to that? I think it feels like it needs something else. I'm not entirely sure what though. Maybe here's where I can show you how to add another color to it. So let's add some kind of pink. This is pretty. It's called Mango Tango. There we go. This one's nice. Mango Tango. That's what it looks like up close. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but doing art, any kind of art for 45 minutes actually does help the brain to relax. It releases cortisol levels. And at least for me personally, the repetition is what really helps me to focus. That act of doing something again and again and again helps me to relax, helps me to focus. That's what it does for me, at least. Well, this is cool. It looks pretty nice when it overlaps the teal. I'm going to stand back. I want to see what it looks like from back here. There. I have 2 more of these guys to go. I think I want to add some of that dark purple in this one here. Now this one will be interesting because it's definitely going to overlap all of this right here. So let's go for it. I see my line here. And all I'm going to do is take the plunge, color on top, very lightly. I can always go back right over my brush strokes and it again right here. And if I really wanted to, I could even go back with another color to make some other lines around it. See how I've got some spaces here. I can even it out by going in the opposite direction. So I'm going up and down now. Always pressing down lightly. Especially as you overlap some of these spots. Go over it lightly. There we go. Kind of like this spot. I want that to be darker. Maybe on the bottom let's do something surprising. Green maybe. Maybe I'll do green. Unless you guys say otherwise. Then I won't do green. I'll do whatever you guys want. It can almost be like exercise though, with any kind of art. So remember what I was saying about the repetition? Keep doing something again and again and again. Sometimes it feels like exercise. There. Now I can jump into green. I think I know what green. Now here is going to be a mishmash of colors. Got that orange on top. Now I'm putting some green. But I am pressing down lightly. I think that makes all the difference. You can see that layer now. You can press down harder to bring some of this green out more. Especially here, wherever there's a lot of that purple. So at the hospital, one of the things that I do is I work at the outpatient facility, and I work at the inpatient facility. So I do some live paintings just like this, where I talk aloud and I get feedback from people who are in the lobby waiting for treatment, or in the Bay areas wherever they are actively getting treatment. So I'll just kind of set up in a bay or in the lobby, and I'll just do my thing. I usually have an idea of what I want to do in mind. I remember one time, when was it? I think this was maybe around Christmas. So we had it was just kind of like, I was just kind of like in the giving spirit. And so what I did was I asked people for their, maybe some pictures of their pets so that I can draw them out or color them for them right in front of them in the lobby. And I was able to make some pictures of their doggies. I drew them out with oil pastels, and I think it took me maybe 30 minutes per pet to draw it all out and then give it to them before they left. It was a lot of fun. I've done something similar with the nurse staff, where I just make some pictures of flowers and I just gave it to them. and they got to see it made in front of them. There. Now the color I just used, it's really pretty. It's that Mauvelous color. It's very Mauvelous. I love it. I think I just have one more. This one down here. It's going to be that lime green one. And I want to stick with lime green because I really liked that color. Well, maybe I'll use this lime green. Slightly different. Now I am pressing down harder on this color because it's very light. That's why I'm pressing down harder. Can somebody give me a color for the bottom two wings? That would be amazing. Something for that matches with the lime green. Pink would be amazing maybe, but you guys tell me. Because if not, I'll probably go with pink. There. Just kidding. I'll go with teal. Just kidding. I am loving this teal color. Now, for me, it's getting kind of hard to color that part in, so I'm just going to flip it. I do think it's important to move whatever it is you're working on instead of moving yourself. Then you just kind of like get disoriented, forget what you're doing. One of my favorite things to do at the hospital is window painting. So much fun. And I love that patients actually get to watch me paint their windows right in front of them. Every time I walk into a patient's room, it can be completely different from the patient next door, like 100% different sometimes. So always have to walk in there with an open mind and focus on the patient. It's always about the patient and what the patient wants. So I've gotten all sorts of crazy requests for window paintings, but I love every single one of them, and I love that every single time I go in there, it's always going to be a puzzle. It's always going to be something that I have to figure out how to do it. Fun little brain exercise. Now what I'm doing here with the teal is just outlining. I'm outlining what was already there. That way we can see that lime green. That lime green of the wing. I'm coloring on the outside of that wing because I really like that lime green line that was left. There. Same thing here. Outlining my lines. can totally outline your lines if you want to. And for here, I actually like making this area darker, so I can make that darker by pressing down harder. There. Flip it upside down so you guys can see. What do you think? Does it need more color? Or maybe thumbs up if it's good as is? I don't know. You tell me. I think I might add, maybe I'll just thicken up these lines here so you can see them a little bit more clearly. And then maybe outline them again with some more lime green. Let's see, and then I think I'll call it done. So remember, as you're doing this project, we're working with pressing down harder in some spots, like here, or pressing down lightly in order to get those transparent effects so that you don't lose anything underneath it. And then we're choosing to make some lines thicker or keep some of your lines thinner. So that's a small way to break it down. There it is. Perhaps I'll stretch that color down. There we go. I think she's done. Now, if you want to, you can go back and you can add the little antennas on top if you wanted to. I would use the same color that you used for the body, or at least something similar, like that. Close enough. All I'm doing is starting at the head and flinging out. Make that optional. And then don't forget, if you are able to support us by donating, that would be amazing. We rely on you guys to continue what we do on Facebook and at the hospital as well. And if you wanted to, you can give a monthly donation and support me. It's called Adopt an Artist. So you can adopt me and you'll get to read a little bit about my experiences and my thoughts regarding what is happening. Well, I guess now with the live streaming, a little bit of my thoughts about that. But normally it would be about my interactions with the patients too. So yeah, I think this concludes our little live stream for the day. I want to thank you guys again for joining us. And if you happen to follow along with me, and if you happen to have already done this at some point, if not now, then later, then I would love to see what you guys come up with. You can put it in the comments. You can message us, whatever you'd like. I always get so excited whenever I see what people are able to do with this. So you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and y'all take care. Bye.